If you're Jamaican, this is for you, especially those born in Jamaica. If not, you can stay, but this is specifically for my Jamaicans, all right? Now that we're settled, why do you not like claiming us American-born Jamaicans? I have had conversations, even my own mother and father, born and raised there, came here in the 90s, few years before I was born, will look me dead in my eyes and say I'm not Jamaican. Did I not come from y'all? Was I not getting cussed out, ass whooped by Jamaican parents? Was I not going to and from Jamaica like twice a year and going to school down there a few times? Does that not qualify me? And the thing that be getting me with y'all is y'all don't see other cultures not claiming their people. So just because I was born here means I'm not Jamaican all of a sudden. I would need y'all to cut it out. Y'all need to answer. Why y'all do that? Why y'all like doing that?
This one's for the local Jamaicans and the local Jamaicans only. Why is it when a Jamaican diaspora, such as myself, has something to say, and I always have something to say, why is it suddenly when we have something to say, you guys are ready to kill us and tell us how we are not Jamaican, how we are not citizens, how we are just foreigners? Like, why are you guys so quick to jump on our backs? Like, you guys ain't quick to jump on the Prime Minister's back when he's still not showing you how he's earning his money to build big houses in Jamaica. You're not jumping on the politicians' backs when they're spending your money and they're not going into the services you're needing. You're not jumping on the people that are making the road when they're delaying the road, but you guys are so quick, so fast to jump on the diaspora's back when you suddenly don't agree with the topic. You're so quick to tell us that we are not of you guys and that we have nothing to do with you guys and that we can't be citizens and you don't accept us. Like, I really understand Jamaican diasporas are the only people to get in the comments and be like, we don't accept you. Like, you're not the government of Jamaica. You don't approve my citizenship. None of you do. There could be a million of you guys writing that underneath my comments. You guys don't approve my citizenship. The Jamaican government does. So worry about the things in Jamaica. Don't worry about what Jamaican diaspora, what you agree with, what you don't agree with, because it doesn't make no sense. We can have thoughts, we can have opinions, because our country is not made up of only the people that live inside of it.
They were told to go back home, so they did. And home told them they never belonged. Right now, thousands of Jamaican diaspora members are being deported from America, Canada, and the UK. And you know what's happening back home? People are celebrating, literally rejoicing on social media. Not Mexicans, not Dominicans, not Nigerians, Jamaicans. The only nationality I've seen celebrating when their own people are forced to return home. Meanwhile, these same foreigners send more remittances to Jamaica than almost any other resource. They are the first ones to donate when disaster strikes. But they'll never be Jamaican enough because they were not born on the soil. I'm not talking about passports or patriotism. I'm talking about a broken relationship that's costing Jamaica its future. And I'm about to show you exactly why. If you ever feel like you don't belong anywhere, this one is for you. I want you to stay with me. I have a couple of clips. Jamaican diasporas lamenting about this issue of not being accepted back at home. Let us wait at the very end and then I'll be back to discuss everything with you guys.
So, being Jamaican American, or, you know what I'm saying, like both parents, because both my parents, mom and dad, from Jamaica. My mom is from Watos. My dad is from Jungle, right? And, you know, my grandmother's, everybody's Jamaican. You know, to Americans, when we talk to other Americans, and they be like, oh, what's your ethnicity? Like, where your family from? Or like, what are you? I be like, I'm Jamaican. But if I'm in a room full of all Jamaicans, I be like, I'm American. Because at the end of the day, Jamaicans are not going to feel like you're Jamaican because you weren't born there. Period. It don't matter how much the food you cook, how much, you know, the music you listen to, how much you go to Jamaica. Shit, it don't even matter if you went to school down there. If you're not born on that soil, to Jamaicans, you are not Jamaican. And it's funny because Jamaicans is one of the only people in the Caribbean that does this, or in you know, period, in the world. Because if you ask Mexicans, you know, generations, if a Mexican was you know, a Mexican ethnicity was born here and their parents were Mexican but they were born in America, they're going to tell you they're Mexican. And any other ethnicity / nationality does that. Puerto Ricans does that, Dominicans does that. Anywhere else, they said, I'm Dominican. Yeah, like, my parents were born in Dominican, but I was born in America, but I'm Dominican. Like, every other islander, they do that because they still claim their heritage. So, Jamaicans is just the only one they don't do that, and I don't really fight it, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you don't feel like I'm Jamaican enough, you don't care, then it is what it is. That's why, like, me personally, I don't put the flag in my bio. I used to when I was younger, but I don't put the flag in my bio. I don't do none of that. Like, you just gonna know, like, I got some type of Caribbean in me by the music I play, the food I cook, and yeah. If you see me traveling to the same island all the time, that's probably where my family from. You know what I'm saying?
You know, guys, I have been observing what has been happening with the immigrant community here in America when it comes down to the deportation of a lot of minority people, right? And let me tell you what is so disheartening to me as a Jamaican immigrant. And I watch this play out in social media, and it is so grievous to see families being separated, and you know how the outcome of the deportation has affected so much individuals and so much families. But let me tell you the part that grieves me the most. Whenever the Mexicans get deported, the Mexican community in America and even back home in Mexico is so they basically open up their hearts and they express you know how they felt, how heartfelt they felt that you know the Mexicans in America are deported back home and they are welcoming them back home in Mexico. The Venezuelan is the same. The Venezuelan community come together here, and you know everybody is expressing from their heart, you know, the grief that they are experiencing being separated from their families up here. And also even people back in Venezuela are saying, you know, to see they go to Venezuela, I mean to see them come to America to try to make a better life. And the Venezuelan people is like, you know what, as bad as it is, we are welcoming back our Venezuelan people. Pakistan, India, Chile, all of these other countries, even the Africans are welcoming back their people home. And let me tell you what I observe with us as Jamaicans. The minute you see the deportation orders start to go through, and a lot of Jamaicans back home heard that a lot of their own people, a lot of our people are going to be deported back home to Jamaica. Mind you, it's not everybody who got a chance to come to America and being deported back home to Jamaica is a criminal. Not because you are deported back to Jamaica mean you are a criminal. It's just mean that you are undocumented, so you fall under certain guidelines where you are on the list for immediate removal. But what the only country and the only set of people who I see come on social media and literally rejoicing, you can see on some of them is like, from the Bible said, from your heart you speak. It's almost as if you can see from their heart, it's radiating such happiness that your own people, for whatever reason, the good and the bad, you are rejoicing that your very own people who came to another country to get a better life. Some of you, same guys who are beneficiaries and recipients of the life that a lot of us came over here to live, because a lot of us as Jamaicans who help a lot of our friends and families back home, we could not and we would have been unable to help a lot of you guys the way how we help you guys if we were not in America. And Jamaica is the only country I see come on social media and rejoicing that other Jamaicans are going to be deported back home. You see, for my fellow Jamaicans who are here, this is a good time for you guys to open up on the eyes and open up on the ears, open up on the hearts and on the spirit to be receptive, to see. Is like a lot of us are getting a snapshot, a visual and a heartfelt snapshot that this is how a lot of people truly, a lot of Jamaicans truly feel about the Jamaican diaspora that lives in America. We are getting an on-time view for us to visually see that this is how a lot of them see us. They rejoice when even anything come across us that will cause us to fall. They rejoice. No other country is doing this. No other country is doing this. Chile is not doing it. Africa not doing it. Mexico not doing it. Cuba not doing it. Argentina not doing it. Guatemala not doing it. India not doing it. China not doing it. Pakistan not doing it. The only set of people and the only country come on social media and rejoice. And them sing Buju song. So Buju song supposed to be top now. Deported is. We as Jamaicans up here supposed to open up our eyes and see. We are getting an on-time view to see how a lot of them really and truly feel about us and think about us. And remember me tell you this. Me keep my eyes open and may I watch. And when I saw like how this is how they really and truly feel about us, I can't even explain to you the grief it brings to my heart. The grief it brings to my heart, because let me tell you something. You see, a lot of times anything goes down in Jamaica and them come all out them milk box or them come all out them milk tin for contribution. We are the very first people who will go and contribute to dig a lot of people out of the shit that they are in. We in America, we in Canada, we in England. The minute anything happens and they reach out to the overseas diaspora, we are the first one entering the ring to help our Jamaicans back home and to see on social media that this is the way that they really feel about us. Is truly grievous to my heart. Grievous to my heart. And a lot of us, if we should ever come into anything, that we were thinking of using it to elevate our brothers back home because of what is happening now in real time and we see how we really feel, it let us rethink a lot of things. The Bible says if you have eyes to see, you must see. And if you have ears to hear. Do not let this go over our heads, especially us in America. You see a man's face, but you never see him heart. But you see any chance you get where you see him heart, take it exactly for what it is. Love you guys. And I want you guys to stand strong through this. Because a lot of us come here crooked and cut straight. Love you.
Yeah, I never noticed when Jamaican move go foreign and come back, people are always quick to say, them switch up, them forget them roots. I heard this recently from a TikTok police, but hear me, it's not forgetting, it's waking up to a different way of life. When you live abroad, you get used to structure. Hustle and bustle, yes, but things orderly. You go bank, 5 minutes wait. Passport office, simple ID check, you good. But yard, rather take the case. Simple passport turned into a whole day investigation. You need JP signature, 4 references, 3 ID, and still might get sent back home. But you go bank, all day fear that. You can't do nothing else. Worse yet, some government office, workers treat you like them and do you a favor, you know? And police, Not all, but plenty stiff returning residents. You pull up in a Chris car, them pre you, extort you, probably because you look decent. Them think you owe somebody. And me can't leave this out. Even when somebody dead, no respect. Body's treated like garbage. Them just throw you now and back around pick up truck or something and go on with you. Basic human rights ignored, both for the living and the dead. So ask yourself this: why would someone who love Jamaica feel them have to act different when them return? It's not pride, it's not survival, it's frustration. It's wanting Jamaica to rise to the level them know it's possible. Roots strong, but the soil need to be better. Instead of judging, we need to fix the system, respect each other, and build together. Remember this: stepping out of the box allows you to see what's affecting the box from the outside.
Let me tell you about a pain that doesn't have a name in the English language. It is the pain of being told to go back to your country, where the place you were born, and then being told you're not one of us, where the country your parents came from. That's the Jamaican diaspora experience in 2025, and it's sharing apart one of the most vibrant, culturally powerful communities on earth. I am the Bantu merchant, and today we're going to be talking about something nobody wants to say out loud. Jamaica has a diaspora problem, and it is not the diaspora's fault. Okay, let us start with the facts, because I love facts, because emotions run high on this topic and we need to ground ourselves in reality. After the Second World War, thousands of Jamaicans left for the UK during the Windrush era. Then came waves to the US, Canada through the 70s, 80s and 90s. They left for work, for education, for safety, for a chance their children could have opportunities the island couldn't provide. Fast forward to today, 2025, and you have generations of people born in Toronto, raised in Brooklyn, educated in London, who carry Jamaica in their blood, their kitchens, their music, their hearts. They send money back home, they visit, they invest, they build the dream of retirement in Portmore or Ochurias. The Jamaican government even created a national diaspora policy to recognize these communities' importance. Remittances from the diaspora, over $2 billion a year. That's not charity, that's a life support for the Jamaican economy. But here's the tension: when these diaspora members return, voluntarily or through deportation, they often face something unexpected. Not a harm embrace, but suspicion, resentment, rejection, and sometimes outright hostility. So, what's really going on here? First, there is the birthplace test. And brother, this is where it gets painful. In Jamaica, if you weren't born on the Jamaican soil, many locals simply don't accept you as Jamaican. Period. That doesn't matter if both your parents are Jamaican. Doesn't matter if your grandmother made the best ackee and saltfish in Kingston. It doesn't matter if you know every Buju Bantu lyric by heart, or you visited Jamaica every summer since you're 5. You weren't born there, you're not Jamaican. Now, compare that to literally every other nationality. I've observed Mexicans born in LA, still Mexican. Indians born in London, still Indian. Nigerians born in Houston, still Nigerian. The Dominicans don't do this. The Puerto Ricans don't do this. Even other Caribbean islands don't do this the way Jamaica does. But Jamaicans, you get in a room with locals and suddenly you're American, you're Canadian, you're British, you're foreign, you're not Jamaican. Second, there is a double standard of criticism. Here's what kills me, by the way. Diaspora Jamaican criticizes the government, maybe questions why roads aren't being fixed, or why the Prime Minister is building mansions while schools are crumbling, and immediately the comment section explodes. You are not Jamaican. You don't live here. You're a foreigner. You have no right to speak about Jamaica. But where is the same energy when politicians are looting the treasury? Where is that fire that when contractors are delaying projects for years? Where is that rage when corruption is bleeding the country dry? The diaspora gets attacked faster than the people actively destroying Jamaica's future. Think about that for a moment. Number 3, and this is one that breaks my heart. There is the rejoicing. I want you to hear this clearly because it's important. Jamaica is the only nationality I've seen where people go on social media and celebrate when their own people are being deported. Not all Jamaicans anyway. I'm not talking about all Jamaicans, but enough that it is a pattern, a visible, painful pattern. When Mexicans are deported, their communities in Mexico and the US rally around them with support, resources, and compassion. Same with Venezuelans, same with Pakistanis, Indians, Chileans, Africans. They say, "Welcome home, brother. We've got you." But I've watched Jamaican Twitter, Jamaican Facebook, Jamaican TikTok, and I've seen people laughing, saying good riddance, mocking the very people who've been sending money for decades. And here's the cruelest irony. Many of the people celebrating online are the same ones who've been receiving remittances from those foreigners abroad. The same ones who benefit when disaster strikes and the diaspora is the first to send aid. Let me tell you what this feels like from the inside. You grew up in America or Canada or the UK. You're Jamaican at home. Your parents cook the food, play the music, tell the stories, teach you the values. You defend Jamaica in every conversation. You wear the flag with pride. You correct people where they confuse Jamaica with Africa or lump the Caribbean into one place. But at school, at work, in society, you're told you're not really American or Canadian or British. You're told to go back where you came from. So you hold tight to your Jamaican identity. That's your anchor. That's your true home. Then you actually go to Jamaica, or you speak up online, or you try to participate in conversations about the country you love, and you're told you're not one of us. You're too foreign for the country you were born in. Too foreign for the country your blood came from. You don't belong anywhere. That's not just rejection. That's extension erasure. That's being told your identity is a lie. That's being orphaned by two nations at once. And here's what Jamaica doesn't realize it's losing. The diaspora doesn't just send money. They send skills, networks, education, innovation, global connections. They are doctors, engineers, artists, entrepreneurs. They are people who build businesses, create jobs, transfer knowledge, attract investment. But why would they invest their time, energy, and resources in a place that tells them they are not welcome? Why would they return to a country that mocks them when they are most vulnerable? This is not about hurt feelings. This is about a broken economic and social engine. This is about Jamaica cannibalizing its own future because of outdated tribalistic ideas about who counts as real. And it's not about money. It is about culture. It is about unity. It is about resilience. When Jamaicans, island and diaspora, are divided, everyone loses. When they're united, Jamaica becomes unstoppable. So what's the solution? Because we can't talk about this without giving a solution. It starts with a mindset shift on both sides. For the diaspora people, come home with humility, learn the current realities before you speak, listen to locals, invest in ways that create jobs and opportunity, not just property. Don't flaunt wealth, build partnerships, not pedestals. For locals, shift from us versus them to we. Recognize that the diaspora is not your enemy. Poverty, corruption, and violence are your true enemies. Hold everyone accountable but fairly. Stop celebrating when your own people suffer. It's not good. And for the government, stop writing policies and start funding programs. Create reintegration centers. Build transparent investment channels. Protect returnees from discrimination. Make the national diaspora policy real, not just paperwork. For everyone else out there in Jamaica and the diaspora, tell better stories, amplify examples of successful collaboration, create spaces for honest dialogue, counter the viral negativity with the viral truth. Because here's the reality. Jamaica's problem is not identity, it is relationship. And relationships can heal, but only if both sides are willing to do the work. The Jamaican diaspora is not a threat. They are family that's been away, family that's changed, family that sometimes doesn't understand the current struggle. But they're still family. They're still Jamaican. And until Jamaica, both island and diaspora, treats each other like family, the cycle will continue. The resentment will grow the opportunities will be lost, and one of the most powerful cultures on earth will stay divided. Guys, I'm the Bantu Merchant. If this resonated with you, share it. Let's start the conversation Jamaica needs to have, because you deserve to belong wherever you were born. Right? Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.